All right, we're back with trial number 4. Someone's gonna die, and it's gonna be bad. Let's do it. Trial in session. Yeah, I know it. Subscribe to stay in touch with this story. I finally started the 4th class trial. One of us is the culprit that killed Haru. We must find the culprit at all costs. Now then, please begin your discussion. Guys? Right, yeah, should we start discussing? Okay, we have to work hard, so where do we start with? Oh, what? This stuffy, awkward mood. Well, it's not unreasonable because our conflict reached its peak. First, I think each of you will have a lot of things to say before the trial, and the feelings that you're feeling will be different. But now let's focus on the trial in front of us, aside from everything else. Just like we did before so far, haven't we? Kinjo. As Kinjo said, now is the trial. Let's follow what we want to say to each other for a moment, because survival is our priority now. Huh, you don't take that for granted, do you? Let's get started already. Then let's begin. Once we get the case sorted out, let's organize a series of events in chronological order based on what we know. Hey, wait a minute. Before that, I have something to say just for a minute, please. What is it, Iranami? I'm the killer. Eh? Satsuki? What did you say just now? I said, I'm the killer. I'm the culprit who killed Haru. Don't play around, Iranami. What are you saying all of a sudden? It's not a joke. Are you serious? Don't make me laugh. Do you think if you claim to be the criminal without physical evidence or logic, you'll become the culprit? But I really killed Haru. It can't be. Stop making bad jokes, Satsuki. You should explain one step at a time. If we listen and we're convinced, then we can really believe that you're the culprit. Suddenly, what is all this? Just as the trial begins, she said she was the culprit. If it were a normal culprit, they would never confess. But would Satsuki really be the culprit? Before making any judgments, let's first listen to Satsuki's story. Oh, if it's going right then it's not. Then it can't be Satsuki, right? It can't be Satsuki then. No, I don't need the tutorial. Let's go now. Why are you claiming to be the culprit? Let's hear your reason. Oh, he has a cross on him. At dawn, Kobazing called me. I followed Kobazing. We went to the arsenal. And then all by himself, he pointed a gun at me. I just shot him in self-defense. It can't be. If Satsuki really is the culprit, it means that the victim Haruhiko himself called the culprit. Isn't that a little weird? Haruhiko was actually the one who was called. That clue proves it. Yeah, okay. Nope. We know Haru was called, not you. Break. Wait, Satsuki, Haruhiko called you. Isn't that odd? Is it weird? The victim, Haruhiko, called you, the culprit. That can't be it. Rather, the victim, Haru, was called by the culprit and went to the arsenal. If you were the culprit, you would know. You're saying he was called by the killer? I don't know. That's ridiculous. The letter that was put in Haruhiko's room is what he's talking about. The contents are like this. To Haru, I have something to tell you. If you read this, why don't you come to the arsenal? I'm not trying to kill you. I hope you believe me. I'll wait. Oh, if the contents of that letter are true, it makes no sense that Haru called Satsuki and took her to the arsenal, right? It would be the opposite. That's right, but Satsuki said that she doesn't know much about this letter. The killer doesn't know the letter they sent. No, it doesn't make sense. I don't know. What if it was manipulation? Yuki and Tsurugi wrote that letter that I didn't know, and you're manipulating things now. Don't be a thickhead. Obviously, this evidence came from Haru's room. So, Iranami is not the culprit? Wrong, I really mean it. I'm the real culprit. Just looking at the current evidence to say that Satsuki is the culprit, it's hard to tell, but I want to make things a little more clear. So let's ask about it. Haruhiko's other wound, whose source is unknown to the evidence that only they must know. Is it asking for his hand? Okay, it's asking about his hand. Okay. Satsuki, if you're really the culprit, there's one thing I want you to tell me. This isn't like the letter, but a direct clue to Haruhiko's body. So if you're the culprit, it's a clue that you must know. What's that? Haruhiko's right hand. You recall, his right hand was completely shattered. It's hard to say that this was a gunshot wound. If you're the culprit, can you tell me the true nature of this wound? I don't know. Why did his hand become that way? You don't have to talk anymore. You're not the culprit. Wait a second, I'm telling the truth. Why are you still claiming to be the killer? If it's real, even if Iranami is the culprit, he'll only get executed. I don't know what you're thinking, but this is not a joke. If you unnecessarily confuse our reasoning and choose the wrong killer, we'll all die. Maybe that might have been the purpose. What? She was close to Haru, who died this time, right? Apparently it looks like she was in a severe shock, unlike the usual one who always talks at random. With that shock in mind, you're trying to make us follow Haru's fate. Isn't that right? That was it? Absolutely not. Of course I'm really sad that Haru died, but I'm very much sane. Stop it, Iranami. We haven't even started a proper discussion yet. If the discussion goes on, the killer will be naturally revealed. If you are really the killer, you don't have to rush things. It'll all turn out okay. Satsuki. Oh, alright then. Let's discuss about it. Has it been roughly organized? You wasted my time on useless things. So let's start from the beginning again. Sorry. When the case started to happen... Hold on a minute. Is it okay to wait one more minute before that? In this case, can we assume that Iranami isn't completely the culprit? No, not necessarily. If Iranami is really the culprit, there's still a possibility. That's it? We haven't started any reasoning yet. First, there's a possibility from what happened a little while ago, but maybe there's something up. In that way, where they were excluding themselves from the suspect line. That had to be calculated. With Iranami's mind, it would be impossible to tell. Hey, you're treating me as a fool right now? I don't think it was on purpose. Quiet. First, as Kinjo says, let's summarize the unfolding of the case. Oh, right. Where can we start from the evening? Can we start from the evening before the incident happened? Oh, that was when Yuki, Haru, Otori, and Satsuki, Mikako, and me. 6 people gathered at the restaurant. Yuki called us and... At the time, we were at the limit of our hunger, and we all thought to come together and meet each other in the thought that we should somehow unfold a hard policy. At that time, Teruya suggested. I'll tell you, I wasn't really sane back then. That's what happened. Was my fault for being immature. What's this? I didn't even see your faces the day before the murder took place. I don't know this, so explain exactly what's going on. Teruya gave us a pen and paper to nominate one victim and one culprit. He asked for one person to vote. Since Monokuma banned suicide, it was a plan to set up the case at the expense of 2 people. That was really crazy. I'm so sorry. It's alright. It's all over now. We almost agreed to this plan, too. Looks like the part I saw from there. I broke into the restaurant because of the absurd plan that was about to be implemented. Yeah, Kinjo came in and handed out guns to each of us to commit suicide. What? Oh, no. Nothing at all. Keep going. Well, that's when we started to fight back at Kinjo, and then we were lucky enough to catch him. He was judged to be dangerous, so he couldn't move anymore. Oh my, sorry, I'm so uneducated today. Continue. So? The problem starts after this. Thanks to Kinjo, the plan was halted, but there was no progress for the day. We locked Kinjo in his room and then went back to each room. Between this morning, Haru died. I couldn't sleep all night, so I was staying with my eyes open, but I heard something outside in the morning, so I went out and Yuki was asking for help, saying that the door wasn't opening. And when you somehow opened the door, you found the body? Yeah, that's right. This case is this case is missing our eyes because of putting in the dawn hours and there's not much evidence, so we have no choice but to share information we know with each other. First, a few alibis can be established just by hearing about this. Alibis? Yeah, so then let's dig into the alibis one by one, alright? Okay. Oh, this is a song from the third game. First off, it won't be a problem if I excluded myself from the suspect list since I was tied up, right? Oh, certainly. An idea where Kinjo commits the crime doesn't seem possible. I have an alibi too. My agent, Yuki and me. We were together when the BDA happened. If so, the ones who can be suspected as a criminal are Makaru, Taira, Iranami, Kurakawa. It's those 4 people. I really don't have an alibi, but it's not me. Satsuki is the killer. You shut up already. Stop causing trouble. If only there was more information that would check our alibis at dawn. If someone wandered around at dawn, the killer wouldn't have been able to move. Oh, it's Mikako's testimony. Okay. Same at the time. And the incident occurred while everyone's senses are bad. Okay. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Consent. I agree. Random police officer. Kinjo, wait, come to think of it, I think there was someone who knows the alibis during dawn in detail. Who is it? During the investigation, Mikako, she clearly testified to me that she had seen who went to the arsenal in the morning. Right, Mikako? Yes. What? If that's true, the culprit has already been revealed, right? You're nosy. Be quiet. You're nosy. Be quiet. Hey, Dark Circle, so who did you see? Hold on 1 second. Alright, here we go. So who did you see? Mikako's room was right next to the arsenal, so she heard the arsenal's door opening and closing. Of course, the arsenal was soundproof, so she didn't hear the sounds from the inside. I don't think hearing only the sound is enough to be a direct witness testimony. No. I saw people passing by in front of my door. What? No way, you've been watching the hallway all morning. Is that what you mean? Nodding. But then still, it would have been difficult to stay sane in hunger, but watching the hallway all night without sleep is... However, that worked nicely in reverse. The culprit couldn't have thought that there must have been someone in the midst watching the corridor. It's a great achievement, Mikako. So then who passed by? Well, I don't know the time. The exact time is unknown, but it was in this order. First was Haru and Satsuki, from left to right. The arsenal didn't open at this time. A little later, Satsuki went from right to left. She was alone at this time. A little later, after Iranami passed, Teruya went from left to right. A little later again, I heard the sound of the arsenal door. Then Teruya went from right to left. And after a while, Haru goes from right to left. Soon after, Haru and Satsuki are together again. Wait a minute, I'm sorry, but wait a minute. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what's left to right or right to left. Can't you tell us a little more clearly? You're the only one that doesn't understand something so simple, aren't you? Don't cut the flow for no reason. Focus and listen. Don't be like that. I'm a little confused too. Let's listen to Mikako's story until the end and reorganize it in an easy to understand manner. Mikako, is that everything? Nods. Okay. Indeed. As you said, you can assume that the killer has already revealed themselves. At the time of the investigation, I didn't know this because Mikako didn't tell me properly. This is definitely a tremendous amount of information. Hey, I want to join the discussion too, but can't you tell us a little bit more easily? Oh, sorry, Tyra. I'll organize it so it's easy to understand. Before that, there's something I want to check again. The location of the room each of us was using. If we know this, I think we can properly organize Mikako's information. Well, that's certainly something I want to do and need to move on. From what I roughly checked with each other during the investigation. Everyone remembers the structure of the corridor behind the ballroom where the rooms are listed, right? As you would know if you did a little closer examination, there was a small tag on the door of each room. And according to the tag, the rooms are distributed in this manner. Monokuma randomly gave us a key for each room. From what I have investigated... Oh, no. Oh, no. Is it? Fuck. Oh, no. Okay. This is probably how each of us were located in each room. When we reconsider Kurakawa's testimony after arranging the distribution of each room used by each person in this way, we can see that a few suspects are eliminated. Well, I mean, I didn't understand Mikako's words at all. That's your own fault. Are you going to blow up valuable discussion time for someone like you? Eh. Kinjo, that's too far. It's important for one person to know about the case, right? I'll rearrange it and explain it to Tyra. Do what you like, preferably as quickly as possible. Kinjo, you still don't seem to forgive me. Tyra, so to summarize Mikako's words simply. First, the fact that Mikako watched the hallway all morning. Tyra, you heard it earlier, right? Based on what Kinjo summarized, Mikako's room is room 8. It's the room on the right side of the arsenal, when you go straight from the entrance of the arsenal to the corridor. As Mikako explained a little while ago, what she said was from left to right and from right to left based on the direction she was facing. The corridor in Mikako's room. He'll make it more easy to understand with pictures. In the order that Mikako saw it, Haru and Satsuki were the first people that passed by in front of the door at this time. She said there was no sound of the arsenal door opening at this time, so I think it's just the two of them passing by. A little later, she said that Satsuki passed by alone again in the opposite direction. Shortly after this, she said that Teruya passed by. And at this time, she could hear the sound of the arsenal door opening. This probably means that Teruya went to the arsenal. After a while, the sound of the arsenal door opening was heard again, and Teruya passed to the opposite direction. Soon after, Haru passed by the same direction again. After this, Haru and Satsuki went from left to right again. And at this time, the doors of the arsenal was open. Someone went into the arsenal. After that, there was no movement for a while, and after a little time passed, Satsuki passed by with the sound of the arsenal door opening. These are all the movements Mikako saw and heard during the morning. After this, well, she heard the ruckus of the arsenal door next. That was probably the sound of me trying to open the door. Teruya passed by, heard the sounds I made. Then I opened the door with Teruya's help during this time. That's the summary of what Mikako heard and saw, roughly like this. Do you understand? Wow, when Yuki explained it to me, I understood it all at once. Thanks. Really, but wait, if we look from the current events on each step. Yeah, there's only one suspicious person. Do you see it clearly? I can't guarantee 100% that what Mikako heard and saw was everything that happened at dawn, but the information obtained till now has resulted in one influential suspect of this case. That person is... It's Satsuki. No, I don't think this is it. Let's sing one more time. Haru, the victim, was already cleared of charges as soon as the trial began. Oh, okay. Well. Okay, so it's not Satsuki. It's Teruya. Teruya is the only one who fits to be the main suspect of this case. Huh? Me? Haruhiko was the victim, so he couldn't help it. The fact that Satsuki was close to Haru makes me understand why she was there. But why did Teruya move around like that so early in the morning? Oh, that was, what was it again? Right, I was investigating, yeah. Everyone was in a panic, so I wanted to find clues to get out even for a little bit. Just a few hours ago, you were trying to pick 2 victims. The guy who was despairing and doing investigation was thinking of all these things. Doesn't that sound a little weird? That's all there is to it. The weight fixed my mind. People can change their mind easily, you know. Even if it's true that you did an investigation, if you think about it based on Kurakawa's testimony, you were only in the arsenal. What kind of investigation did you do in the arsenal? No, I never went into the arsenal. Otori, please stop the pretense and explain properly. What the hell did you do in the arsenal? I never went into the arsenal! Teruya? Why does it have to be only me? I did nothing wrong. If you look at it, Satsuki also went around at dawn. Why am I only suspicious? Yeah, I'm the culprit. Are you still saying that? I told you to be quiet. Certainly, Iranami is well enough under suspicion. However, she said she didn't know the identity of the letter, nor did she know about Haru's hand. That's it then. You're just gonna take her off the list just because she doesn't know. It's a long shot. I didn't know about anything about a letter or the right hand either. Don't be mistaken, Teruya. You now said that Iranami is the culprit, and you don't know about these clues. While Iranami claims to be the culprit, but she doesn't recognize these clues, are entirely different matters. What about Maeda? When I saw him this morning, he was trying to get in the arsenal, so Yuki is also suspicious. That just happened. Yes, I won't deny that Yuki is a suspect as you claim. He had been in and out of the arsenal the previous day, and even this morning. He had the strange idea of going to the arsenal again. But this and that is a separate matter. As a result, Yuki failed to enter the arsenal this morning. There's no testimony of Mikako witnessing in the morning. This is not suitable for committing the crime. Oh, well, anyways, I don't know about that. I'm exactly trying to protect him, but relying only on Dark Circle's testimony is a slightly loose time frame. I'm going to ignore it to not make me go nuts and move on already. Hold on, 1 second. Here we go. There we go, nuts and move on already. I know that. It's about the structure of the ballroom, right? The structure? Think about it. Even if Makako watched the hallway all night, it's all about looking outside of the room and hearing the arsenal door. But if you look at the structure of the ballroom, you can easily enter the arsenal without passing by Makako's door. Because we were all at the ballroom for a week, I think everyone should know, but the arsenal was structured around the dance hall at 360 degrees. In other words, if you can go back to the other side, you can enter the arsenal without being noticed by Makako. Moreover, in the case of Yuki, Makako does not stand out, even if he does not use this method and go straight into the arsenal from his own room, since it was in the opposite side to Makako's room in the first place. You knew that too. See? Yuki is the culprit after all. But there's something you shouldn't overlook. Even if you use some method to enter the arsenal without showing your appearance to Makako, there's still the sound of the door opening and closing that can only be heard by Makako. Yeah, but in Makako's testimony, sound of the arsenal opening and closing was always heard before and after someone passed her door. That's right, after all, the person who walked in and out of the arsenal at dawn can't think of anything other than these 3 people who showed up in the testimony. Haru, Satsuki, and Teruya. That's all lies. So, Teruya, you went into the arsenal, and I want to hear your reason to make sure. If you're really innocent, there's no reason to be in panic, right? And I'm really innocent. Really, I just went to the arsenal too. I just went in for a minute. I don't think there will be an end if this goes on like this. What is Teruya so afraid of? I'm not sure. He doesn't want to say anything. Because, well, I'm not certain, but I'll have to show more convincing evidence that he has no choice but to speak with his own words. From the thing of it, there seems to be one suspicious thing about Teruya during the investigation. What was it? It was when I was investigating something in the arsenal. Let's recall that moment. It was the gun in the corner. He freaked out when I saw the gun. Come to think of it, Teruya, didn't you say something strange to me when I was investigating? What's something strange? I don't know. I found a gun that was dropped in a corner, and when I checked it to investigate, suddenly you came and told me not to touch it because it will blow up. What do you mean, Yuki? Tell us in more detail. Oh, there was a gun in the corner of the arsenal that was hard to see. I tried to investigate why I was in a corner like that. Suddenly, Teruya, who was nearby, ran up and told me not to touch it because it would blow up if I shot it. Maybe he thought I was going to use the gun. If you shoot it, will blow up? What are you talking about? Now, before answering that question, how did he know about that? That's... Yuki, the gun. Did you properly investigate it? Huh? I did examine it roughly, but it was a normal gun with nothing special. I thought it was equipped with a bomb or something, because I thought it was going to explode. Probably. It's not like that. Hey, Monokuma. Huh? Did you call me? I was enjoying this. What's up? I require you to submit evidence. Bring the gun Yuki mentioned. What? Why am I being ordered? Submit evidence? Is that possible? It is part of the debate on the class trial. There's no problem by the rules. You, the judge, have no right to deny it. That's correct. There's no profit to reject it. Besides, if it's part of the discussion, what's the point? Gee, I really don't like that attitude. How can you be so cheeky? Shut up and get it already. Actually, I thought this was going to happen, and I brought it from the beginning. Now here you go. How is it? This is it. It's a bullet. Bullet? It was loaded. It's not a simple bullet. It's a bullet for shotguns and medium-sized rifles. Bullets that do not meet the standard were forcibly loaded to this gun. If you pull the trigger with one of these, a bullet that doesn't fit into the magazine, it enters the chamber and blocks the muzzle, and of course no bullet shell comes out. The pressure from the gunpowder has disappeared from where it's supposed to go. Instead, it goes spreading all over the gun itself. It will end up being shattered. Wait a minute, but then why did Teruya know about this? Why? I see now what you did in the arsenal. Otori, did you change the bullets on purpose? For what reason? The gun in that state, if you hold it with a human hand and fire it, your hand will never be safe. When I listen to those words just now, I see a very similar wound I remember in my mind. Oh my god, he replaced the bullet so when Haru grabbed the gun, it blew off his hand. Holy fuck. Yes, the source is clear. Haruhiko's right hand. I understand now. Haruhiko was hit by the explosion of the pistol that Kinjo was holding right now. That evidence was also in the arsenal. That proof is... destroyed gun. Yeah, that's right. It was in the arsenal. The fragments of a gun filled with blood, which appeared to have been burst from the inside. Yeah, I saw it too. Haruhiko fired the gun wrongly loaded, just like this gun, and the gun he was holding exploded, and his hand ended up being ruptured. Then Otori did this to Kobushikawa. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sure this gun is the one I touched, but I don't know about the other destroyed gun. Oh, you admitted it. The fact that he touched the gun. Ah, no. Of course, there are two guns with misloaded bullets. It's a little weird, but I'm certain, Teruya, you've definitely done something. Is that really it? I think if we pry a little more, you'll end up confessing everything. Don't treat people as criminals without solid evidence. Even if I put my hands on the gun, you can't prove that I'm a killer. Don't know anything. Give me proof. Evidence. It can't be denied that Teruya is the most powerful suspect right now, but is there any more solid evidence? If we keep discussing it, we might see something we haven't considered before. No, I got it. It's E, right? Non-stop debate. I don't know anything. It's already been revealed. Stop lying and tell the truth. You went to the arsenal. You deliberately loaded the gun wrongly so that the bullets would explode. But only doing that doesn't mean I'm the culprit, does it? Of course you loaded the gun. You can say it doesn't make you the culprit, but... the killer loaded the bullets on purpose. I'm certain of this. That's fresh. I'm not a killer. Besides, because I did that one thing, you're treating me as a culprit. You knew the gun was going to explode. What more evidence do you want to see? Otori-kun, how could you? I should have noticed the moment you asked to pick up pen. Wait, hold on. How do I take them again? Is it X? You murderer. How do I do it? Is it X? Is it X? Starting the Teruya went into the arsenal with Dawn and Secret manipulated gun. Is that all that really is? Sneak in Dawn just to do that one action? Oh, hold on. I know what he did. I know what to take. Hold on. Is it X? Is it C? What is it? Q? E? What button is it? Is it enter? No, I didn't mean to do that. I forgot the button. Dude, what button was it? Hold on. Hold on. I need to... Hold on. I need to figure out what button it is. Give me a sec. Alright, I figured it out. It's X, apparently. There we go. You got it. Pen and paper. Okay, cool. We know what's it. No, you did more than that. You did the note as well, Teruya, because you had to bait him into it. Because if you just did that one thing, it wouldn't have affected a thing. Wow, that point score is bad. That's it, the paper and pen. What? After listening to Tyra's words, I thought about it. At the beginning of the trial, you guys remember the letter that you said when you were blaming Satsuki? I've been thinking it's been weird all this time. How did the culprit write this letter? We should have lost all of our belongings at the same time we were in the ballroom. Hearing that, yeah, how did... Oh. Yes, exactly as Yuki says. Perhaps the night before the murder, there was someone who secretly handed out a piece of paper that had been secretly showing a paper to ask someone to choose 2 victims. It's obvious at this point that Teruya clearly said at the time the extra paper and pen were not removed from his clothes. That means Teruya is the only one of us who had a paper and pen in their belongings. Don't joke around. You could have accidentally found another piece of paper and wrote on it. Oh, is that so? Should we check it then? Monokuma, bring that letter. I knew that would happen, so I brought it in advance. Here. Now, without that guy making a commotion, let's read it. This must be. It's the same paper Teruya had. Then Otori was the one who sent that letter to Haru's room? Wait a minute, you're forcing me. I handed out a bunch of papers to you guys. Soon after that, when Kinjo made a fuss, he might have gotten one in the massive confusion. If it's only paper, it might be possible. But what about your side? Teruya said it with his own words. There's only one pen. No matter how much paper you have, you can't write a letter without a pen. The pen was also in the confusion. Oh, then that means you don't have the pen right now, because you said you only have one. If we look at your belongings and the party clothes you wore, you won't have any complaints, right? That's not allowed. Why not? Is there something we shouldn't see? It's decided then. You can't refute it anymore. He wrote a letter by calling out Haru and misloading a bullet to let his hand be ruptured. All of this. That's what you did, Teruya. Really? You, Otori? Why? Why did you do that? Why did you kill Haru? I'm sorry. All you said was right. After all, you couldn't stand the hunger, too. What else could someone do otherwise? Actually, there was a reason that was aiming at Haru. There was a reason for when we fought each day. It was all because of hunger. Otori. So what? Were you hoping for sympathy? Were you hoping for sympathy? Either way, you planned the murder and executed it. No, I have nothing to say. I don't want to make it more excuses and dishonor Haru anymore. I'm going to die anyways. Wait, there's one thing I'm curious about. Why'd you go to the arsenal before the victim, work with the gun, write a letter to Calm, then go back again to the arsenal? My plan was to originally summon Haru, and then see him go into the arsenal, and I would go with him. as if it had nothing to do with a criminal. Haru and I were supposed to fight, and then provoke him and letting him shoot me with the gun I prepared. Once that happens, his hand would fly away without knowing anything, and so he would die. In the past, I followed my papa to study guns in America, then I decided to commit a crime by using the knowledge I gained at the time. So I went back to my room and watched to see Haru coming out, but I was too tired, so I fell asleep until morning came. In the end, I don't know the reason why Haru broke his hand. In any case, it was my fault. The fact that I killed Haru doesn't change. That was a difficult answer to even predict. Glad you're a stupid fool. Anyway, Makako, who was watching the corridor all morning, I think that was a good thing. Thanks to that, my crime was discovered. Teruya. The discussion so far has ended with the conclusion that Teruya is the culprit. Seems like a long shot, I think. There's still a lot of unsolved questions. Wait a minute, I've been listening all this time. Something is wrong with this. Teruya isn't the culprit. Satsuki, what are you talking about? Otori just admitted it. I mean, the culprit is me. Are you still saying that? I told you to shut up. Wait, is Teruya really the culprit? Eh? Even Makako? If I'm right, Teruya is not the culprit. There's still an unsolved mystery. What are you guys talking about? I'm the culprit, aren't I? I'm almost 90% certain that Teruya is the culprit. It's still a little too early to end the trial. I agree that there's an unsolved mystery left. If I tried to vote without anyone speaking up like this, I would have tried to do it, but actually this is the most important part of the case right now. Yeah, what? What's this all of a sudden? Wasn't the trial ending like this? That's right, if we think about it carefully, there are still a lot of parts that cannot be explained on the contents of the discussion. But I'd like to hear why Makako thinks Teruya is not the culprit. You weren't careful enough even for Kinjo. What? Nothing. Anyway, if you listen to the explanation, you'll know right away. Here we go. Why do you think Teruya isn't the culprit? When Teruya passed the door to my room, he sent a letter to Haruhiko. Afterwards, he went inside the arsenal for his next plan. That is the explanation so far. But after that, Teruya passed the door to my room again. There was no movement until the morning after. But they were. Even if Teruya did plot something, even if Haru's hand was exploded, the direct cause of death is a gunshot wound. True, Teruya didn't mention that he used the gun himself. If Teruya, who came out of the arsenal before Haru, could not kill. And one more thing, the arsenal was blocked from the inside. Does anyone know about this? Oh, okay. Listening to Makako's words soon comes to my mind. If we know about Teruya... Here we go. Here we go. That's not it? It's not the flash and smoke grenades? It's not the flash and smoke grenades? Oh, did it reset? Oh, it resetted. That's why I didn't change it again. Hold on. There we go. No, what? Oh, it's the plank of wood. I'm stupid. She means the plank. Oh, she means the plank of wood. I'm stupid. Sorry. She means the plank of wood. I'm dumb. That's what she means. I thought she meant the grenades. My bad. Sorry, my bad. I'm stupid. I didn't understand. The wood plank. Are you referring to this, Makako? That's right, Maeda. You mean the broken wood plank that fell near the arsenal door? Yeah, according to Maeda, he opened the arsenal door in the morning with Teruya's help. You're not going to say just because they opened the door together, he's not the culprit, are you? That's not it. Think about it. After Teruya entered and left the arsenal in the morning, Haru entered afterwards. Till this moment, the door to the arsenal was open. Then, when was the door blocked with the wood planks? Well, when was it? It is for a fact that that Haru opened the door and went in. Doesn't that mean that the door was blocked after that? That is true, but according to Dark Circle's testimony, Teruya didn't even enter the arsenal after doing his little scheme. In other words, Teruya wasn't the one who blocked the door with a wood plank. It's only natural. When I tried to open the door with Yuki in the morning, I was embarrassed to know that the arsenal, which had only been opened, wasn't opening. As I said before, you must pass by Mikako's room. Even if you don't, you can head to the arsenal door. After that, the door to the arsenal was open one more time. At that time, Teruya finished his plan. That's impossible. Since Haru was the last one to enter, the arsenal door only opened once. If Teruya went in and out of the arsenal, I should have heard the sound twice. Well, for starters, the wood plank was used to clasp the door, I guess. If you do something like this from the inside, won't you be unable to come out? That's true. But even if you put a plank by some trick from outside, there wasn't just one plank. You know what I'm talking about, right, Yuki? And just one plank. Yes, I saw it clearly. Yeah, she's talking about the grenades. The grenades. Yep, the grenades. Right, the objects that were separated from the plank. You mean the flash and smoke grenades, right? Flash and smoke grenades? Ah, are those things that were near the door? Yes, when Teruya and I first opened the door, we heard a shattering sound from the inside. And immediately afterwards, a tremendous amount of light and noise hit us. And after a few moments, when we opened our eyes, the arsenal was filled with smoke. After pulling out the plank from the handle, the door was open, and the plank fell because of the effort we did. That's right. Now you see, it's impossible to block the door like that from the outside. What? Then are you saying Otori is not the culprit? Well, wait a minute, but it was me who wrote the letter and had a gun ready to explode. It was the reason Haru saw the gun and then it exploded in his hand. I told you a little while ago. It is true that Haru's right hand was ruptured, but the cause of death was the gunshot wound. Teruya, you only prepared the gun, but you didn't shoot Haru, did you? No! Hold it. Teruya had an obvious murder intent. Now it's a contradiction to say that he isn't the culprit. What's wrong, Mr. Psycho Cop? Using forceful logic in that way doesn't seem like it would reach an answer like this. Dark Circles is right. I don't think Teruya is the killer either. Then who is the culprit? You're saying it's impossible for Teruya to block a door, however no one else can do it. That's true. It's the biggest mystery in this case. So what you're all saying is, in short, it's an impossible crime. Class trial suspended. Oh, fuck. They're right. Unless the only solution is Haru set up the grenades. But then why? Is it Satsuki actually? I don't know, man. Fuck, man, it might be Satsuki. The only people I can think of is Akane or Satsuki. I don't know, man. Fuck. Alright, I'll end this part off here. Next part, we'll finish the trial. See you then.